All right, back for another non-alcoholic beer review, and the beer I'm reviewing today comes from Industrial Arts Brewing, and they are out of Garnerville, New York, and this is their Safety Glasses IPA. So they're calling this one on the label a non-alcoholic brew. Obviously, they're going for a non-alcoholic IPA. It comes in at less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is just under 2.5 months old. So I had no idea Industrial Arts were brewing non-alcoholic beers. But I showed up to one of my favorite local bottle shops of choice, Premier Gourmet in Amherst, New York. And one of the workers there, Kenny, who I've mentioned on the channel before, was like, hey, did you see this? Just showed up. No, I haven't, Kenny, so thank you for the recommendation. So I grabbed this one, and I'm pretty excited about it. Now, I've had safety glasses from Industrial Arts before. This was, I think, before I started my channel, and it was a 5.2% session IPA, so I think they just took that beer and turned it into a non-alcoholic beer because it says on a tap that is no longer being brewed by the brewery, so we have this. Also, they have, you know, all the goodies on here. 83 calories for this can, 18 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein, 0 grams of fat, and that's average analysis per 12 fluid ounces. So this one is brewed with Citra, Mosaic, and Cascade hops, and that's all I know about it. So let's crack this one open and hope that we got another non-alcoholic beer that's pretty good, because I've been pretty impressed by the vast majority of these non-alcoholic beers. You know, a lot of them don't taste exactly like non-alcoholic beer, like, you know, regular beer to the T. But man, if you're in the mood for like a non-alcoholic beer of some sort, like these definitely can get you through and get you by. So anyway, we have some beautiful Dirty Glass Mafia that's now gone, but oh man, I can smell it. Cracked it open. Holy crap, a lot of citrus and tropical fruit. So poured in the beer tree glass. Yeah, that's a hazy. That's a hazy. There are, yeah, there's some very fine sediment throughout the beer, but this has this really nice lemony orange color. Had about a finger of a bright white soap sudsy looking head that's kind of dissipating a little bit. It doesn't look all that compact, kind of like soap sudsy more so than you usually see. But yeah, that looks like a hazy IPA of some sort for sure. Let's get a nose. Yeah, that smells awesome. Wow, it's lemon. It's lemon, it's orange, and it's grapefruit. It is citrus heavy. And if you told me they were actually brewing with any of those citrus fruits, I'd be like, yeah, that's how vibrant the hops are in this one. Maybe a little bit of a white peach, but I am getting one thing here that I have not gotten yet in a non-alcoholic beer, and that I just went back for it. I'm getting a slight iced tea vibe. Now, a lot of times, and there are other beer tubers that get this as well, with older IPAs, and typically for me, it's older like American IPAs, not hazy IPAs. When they start hitting the 3, 4, 5 month mark, sometimes I get that like tea, that black tea note, and that's what I'm getting here. It smells like iced tea, like black iced tea. But not like super big, it's just noticeable. It's like lemon, it's like a lemon Snapple, like a lemon Snapple iced tea. That's what kind I'm getting right here. There's no strange off note outside of that tea note. Sometimes I get like a weird astringency with some of these non-alcoholic beers in the nose that kind of lets me know, hey, it is a non-alcoholic beer. And this one, not so much. It just smells like a faded American IPA that's about 5 months old. It's only 2.5 months, just under 2.5 months old. Yeah, so it doesn't smell bad because I actually love iced tea, especially lemon iced tea. So this actually smells pretty good, but does it smell exactly like a non-alcoholic, or like a American IPA or a hazy IPA? If I was drinking this blind doing a whodunit review, mystery beer review, would I know for sure that this is a hazy? I'd look at it and be like, oh, it's a hazy, and then I smell it, be like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it a non-alcoholic IPA, but yeah, it smells interesting. Doesn't smell bad, just smells kind of strange. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's pretty cool. It's so interesting. Like, I'm getting a little bit of that tea note, not as pronounced as it was in the nose. But this kind of just drinks like, if you've ever had like hop water before, like Lagunitas does the hop water, it's like that, but it's not straight watery. I mean, it does have a watery vibe to the body. It is less than 0.5%, so it's hard to get past that. That's the biggest issue I've had with the non-alcoholic beers, is a lot of times the body is watery. It's, you know, it's a lot of times 0.5 or less. Well, all the times it has to be for a non-alcoholic beer, right? So you're essentially drinking water or something that you think is going to be watery, and it is. The ones that impress me are the ones that actually have a firm body. It's like, holy shit, how? This is not bad. It's very different. Let's try to talk about it a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to decipher exactly what I'm tasting. Yeah, so body on this is like higher side of light. Like I said, not super watery, but just, not crazy. It does not drinking exactly like water. It just has a thinness to it. The mouthfeel, it has a nice crisp kind of effervescent nature to it because, it is carbonated. It's smooth on the palate, but it's not creamy. It's not soft. It's not replicating a hazy, at least to my palate. It's not crazy like, a seltzer or anything, but it definitely is higher in carbonation. The taste, everything in the nose that I got originally, all that, complex citrus character. There's lemon, orange, grapefruit, zesty, rindy, juicy, all of it hits me right at the tip of the tongue. And it's like, man, okay, the hops are doing their job. But as it continues on, there's a sweetness that's kind of hard to describe here. I would say in a normal beer, yeah, it's a malt sweetness. But it doesn't necessarily have like the malt sweetness kind of characteristics and flavor that I associate with a malt sweetness in a regular beer. So it just has this kind of different sweetness. It's not bad. It's not off-putting. It's just kind of different. Carries on through. So it makes those citrus flavors a little bit more candied and sweeter, like confectionery sugar. It's like you took an orange or grapefruit and you sprinkled some sugar on it, right? Kind of in that realm. Halfway through the palate, though, that tea note hits. Again, it's like a black tea, iced tea with a citrus note. It's like a citrus iced tea, which is cool, but it's not overly, it's not offensive and it's not like overly done. It's not as bad as the nose was indicating. Once I started sniffing it in the nose and really getting into the aromatics, like the tea was definitely very noticeable. In the taste, not as much. It finishes semi-dry with a very mild bitterness. It's a little bit sweeter. It's not cloying or anything, but this just has a more sweet kind of vibe to it. If you like sweet, hazy IPAs, then I think the sweetness level of this would be okay for you. It's just this is strange. I've had a couple different IPAs now. I had Sam Adams Just the Haze, which I'll be honest with you is better than this, at least from what I've had. I think the cans, the age were very similar. I think that was a couple months old. This is like just under 2.5 months old. The Athletic Brewing's IPA, I think, probably better than this as well. And here's the thing, I have not reviewed anything from Industrial Arts on the channel, which is surprised me because I'm like, I had to, right? But their wrench, their double wrench, their whole wrench pack, I need to review at some point because Industrial Arts makes some good haze, especially wrench. Wrench is like a classic New York hazy. It has been for, it's been around for quite a 7-8 years at least. It's been around for quite a while. Yeah, I don't dislike this in the least. It's kind of strange. It's a strange hazy. This is the best way I could sell you on this one. If you like hazy IPAs or American IPAs or IPAs in general, and you also like iced tea or like citrus forward, hop forward beers, I think if you're looking for a non-alcoholic beer, you could probably get behind this. I do like that, and I'm not hating this. I'm gonna drink the rest of this. Only 83 calories, so not a big deal. And it's kind of satiating my thirst for an IPA right now to some degree. But it also drinks like a slightly older IPA, which it kind of is. And I'm not mad at it. It's not amazing. If of the IPAs I've had, this is only the 8th non-alcoholic beer review I've done on the channel. Of the non-alcoholic IPAs I've had, definitely Just the Haze and the Athletic Brewing one I think is better than this, but this isn't bad. So Safety Glasses IPA, their non-alcoholic IPA from Industrial Arts. I think the best I can probably do on this, do like a low 3.5. I'll go like 3.45, something like that. It's not bad. It's just, it is what it is, right? Price point availability, I think that was $2.99 a can. And the one thing I've noticed about non-alcoholic beers, they're expensive. Even the Athletic, when you buy stuff from their site, it's like $14 plus shipping and everything for a 6-pack. So $2.99, $3 a can. This is probably like $16, $17 a 6-pack, which a lot of people be like, for something that has no alcohol in it or very little. Yeah, I mean, the process to probably make these non-alcoholic, it probably costs quite a bit of coin. So I always anticipate paying a little bit more. And if it works out like it should, if you get a non-alcoholic IPA that's really good and you're not getting the alcohol, but you're, again, satiating your palate with something that is craft beer, I'm fine with it, right? But $2.99 for a 12-ounce can might be expensive for some people out there. I totally get it. And availability, I have no idea with Industrial Arts, especially when it comes to their non-alcoholic line. I'd imagine if you see Industrial Arts and you're in the Northeast, you probably can, happen upon this. I think they did like a Pilsner or a lager of some sort. So I'll try that out at some point. if I see it. But yeah, this was fun. So thanks to Kenny for the recommendation. The next non-alcoholic beer I'm probably going to do is Heineken. I'm going to do a comparison between the 0.0 Heineken and the regular Heineken and see how close they, because a lot of people say that that beer is almost exactly identical to Heineken just without alcohol. We'll see if that's the case. I haven't reviewed Heineken, so it gives me an excuse to do so, and we'll figure it out together. So if you've had this one before or anything from Industrial Arts, even their regular alcoholic beers, let me know what you think about them as a whole. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Oh yeah, 0.5%. You can totally tell on the palate. You can't. There's no alcohol, and that's the thing about the first time I get any kind of boozy kind of note to non-alcoholic beer, I don't know. I think I just shut down the channel. Anyway, to the next one. Cheers.